Bob Marley presentation by Fabian Tremone. Uh, Bob Marley was known as the King of Reggae. Facts about his life. His full name is Robert Nessa Marley. He was born on February 6, 1945 and died on the morning of May 11, 1981. He was born in the village of 9 Mile in St. Anne Parish, Jamaica, to Norval and Cedella Booker. His father was a white Jamaican of English descent. He was a captain of the Royal Marines and a plantation overseer. He provided support financially for his wife and child that he very seldom saw. In 1955, he suffered a heart attack at the age of 60. Robert Marley at the time was 10 years old. After this incident, Marley faced questions about his racial identity for the rest of his life. He said, "I don't have prejudice against myself. My father was a white and my mother was black. Them call me half-caste or whatever. We don't dip on nobody's side. We don't dip on the black man's side nor the white man's side. We dip on God's side, the one who created me and caused me to come from black and white." Throughout most of his life, though, he identified himself as a black African, following ideals of Pan-African leaders such as Marcus Garvey and Haile Selassie. One of Marley's greatest focuses and messages that he portrayed was the repatriation of black people to Zion. And Zion to him was Ethiopia, or generally Africa. Many of his songs showed the struggles of blacks and Africans against Babylon. One such example is Babylon System. Bob Marley's songs didn't just relate to Africans or blacks. They related to everyone in the world, to anyone that was being oppressed. And here's Babylon System. Bob Marley was a hero figure in the classic mythological sense. His departure from this planet came at a point when his vision of one world, one love, inspired by his belief in Rastafari, was beginning to be heard and felt. The last Bob Marley and the Wailers tour in 1980 attracted the largest audiences at that time for any musical act in Europe. In the clear Jamaican sunlight, you can pick out the component parts of which the myth of Bob Marley is comprised. The sadness, the love, the understanding, the God-given talent. Those are facts. And although it is sometimes said that there are no facts in Jamaica, there's one more thing of which we can be certain. Bob Marley never wrote a bad song. He left behind the most remarkable body of recorded work. The reservoir of music he has left behind is like an encyclopedia, says Judy Mowat of the I-Threes. When you need to refer to a certain situation or crisis, there will always be a Bob Marley song that will relate to it. Bob was a musical prophet. In Jamaican history, uh, they were very musically inclined. They started out by making their own instruments from anything that they could get their hands on. One instrument, here's a list of instruments, of Jamaican instruments. I wanted to include it just because Bob Marley, he's from Jamaica, and these are the instruments that he started off with in the bands that he played with. First one is marimba, um, then there's the drums, maracas, triangles, tambourines, guitar, and banjo, which were later introduced in their history. Um, and Jamaicans use anything that would make sound, including their own voices, um, by singing and different sounds. So Bob Marley was a singer and songwriter. He remains to this day the most revered and acknowledged reggae performer. He opened the door internationally for Jamaican music and Rastafari. He was a rhythm guitarist and lead singer, performing in several bands such as Ska, Rocksteady, and the most famous one, the Wailers. Uh, One of Bob Marley's famous quotes was, "Love the life you live and live the life you love." Some more facts on Bob Marley. He died of cancer. Um, it started when he injured his toe playing football, where he was found to have acral lentiginous melanoma, a form of malignant melanoma. This later spread to the rest of his body, finally ending with his death on the morning of May 11, 1981, in a Miami hospital. In 1994, Marley was inducted into the Rock Hall of Fame, and in 1999, Time magazine chose Bob Marley and the Wailers' Exodus as the greatest album of the 20th century. These are just some of the memories that have been left behind by Bob Marley, some of the achievements and legacy that he has built up for himself. In 2001, he was um, posthumously awarded the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award and a feature-length documentary about his life, Rebel Music, won various awards at the Grammys. With contributions from Rita, the Wailers, and Marley's lovers and children, it also tells much of the story in his own words. A statue was inaugurated next to the National Stadium on Arthur Wint Drive in Kingston to commemorate him. In 2006, the state of New York renamed a portion of the Church Avenue from Ramsden Avenue to East 98th Street and the East Flatbush section of Brooklyn, Bob Marley Boulevard. An interesting fact about his music, if you notice in all of Bob Marley's music, his intro is always the same. a way to distinguish his music from all the others. From that little video, you can tell, Bob Marley's music is very special in the way that he introduces it, and his lyrics are very profound. Um, some of his here are a list of his top songs. Um, Sun is shining, one drop, is this love? Stir it up. So much trouble in the world. Africa unite. Three little birds. Shakedown party. Jamming. And roots rock reggae. Um, we're gonna listen to one of my favorites. Three little birds.